The Dyatlov Pass incident is one of the most mysterious and chilling unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. In January 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, set out on an expedition in the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia. They were well-equipped and highly skilled, but tragically none of them returned alive. The group's aim was to reach Otorten, a mountain about 10 kilometers north of the site, where they eventually met their fate. Investigators studied the hikers' diaries and photographic film in their cameras. They started their trek on January 27, 1959. It seems the expedition was a model of its kind. Dyatlov was a stickler for discipline, and the expedition had followed guidelines to the letter, keeping meticulous records. On their last day, the hikers had experienced bad weather and camped early near a ridge on the flanks of Dead Mountain. On the night of February 1st, something caused the hikers to cut their way out of the tent from the inside, fleeing into the freezing night, without proper clothing or shoes. Temperatures were as low as -30 degrees Celsius, 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Tragically, they all succumbed to hypothermia. The bodies of the hikers were widely dispersed and all were poorly dressed. Only one had a hat and all were missing shoes. 2 students were found at the tree line, frozen beside the remains of a campfire made of cedar branches pulled from a tree. They had died of hypothermia, yet there were unburnt branches next to them. Some of their clothes had been cut. Other hikers seemed to have been attempting to return to the tent when they died. 5 bodies were found, but deep snow and absence of tracks hampered the search for the remaining 4 hikers. There was no hope of finding them alive. What had so alarmed the students that they had slashed their way out of the tent in order to run out, half-clothed, into a moonless night of strong winds and drifting snow? It seemed incomprehensible to investigators that the group had considered it safer to run away from the camp rather than remain there. When the May thaw came, the remaining 4 bodies were discovered, compounding the mystery further. In a snow-choked ravine, 4 bodies were gathered on and near a bed of matted branches and with loose items of clothing nearby. They were marginally more warmly clothed than the others, but all lacked shoes. Autopsy revealed that 3 of them had sustained life-threatening blunt force trauma injuries. Some of the clothing was radioactive. Relatives later described the bodies as having orange skin and grey hair. The authorities closed the investigation as unsolved and made efforts to ensure that the incident did not get wide publicity. By this time, there were eyewitness reports circulating of bright, unexplained lights seen in the night sky. The mystery of Dyatlov Pass, as the mountain pass came to be named in honor of the group, has lasted decades, lately gaining worldwide attention. Could it be that wind rumble was mistaken by Dyatlov for an approaching avalanche and that he ordered them out? Despite extensive investigations, the true cause of the hikers' deaths remains a mystery, and the Dyatlov Pass incident continues to fascinate and perplex researchers and enthusiasts alike.